Hey guys, Luke C here with TFBTV Showtime. We're back here at NRAM 2026 for our last day at the show, and I'm here talking to Bilson Arms about their forward charging rifles. It's a very weird concept, but more interesting than it looks on the surface, I think.
Yeah.
What do we got going on here?
Okay, so Bilson Arms designed and patented and we manufactured this tire rifle. This is a forward charging AR-15. If you notice, it's missing the charging handle. Everybody loves the charging handle, right? Not us. We hated it. We hate having to take our hand off the gun. We hate getting that overpressure in our face when we shoot suppressed. And we thought there was a better way to build the AR-15. We thought there was a stronger, faster, easier way to load, unload, and clear malfunction. So we built this thing into the front. It's got a release lever. You push it here, pull to the rear, let go. Now you're loaded. It's still semi-automatic. It's not a pump gun. This is a direct gas gun, dimensionally AR-15, which means it's not a proprietary bolt, not a proprietary gas system or barrel channel. This is all AR-15 parts. So your favorite parts do fit into this gun. This is a high-end billet build. This rifle actually has 13,000 rounds through it. There's zero deflection between the upper and lower. We don't do that with shims or any kind of torsion screws. That's just how we build it. Like I said, manufactured in Broussard, Louisiana in our shop. 100% made in America. And yeah, forward charging AR. It's just easier and faster than coming off the gun and trying to get to your T8.
Yeah, I can imagine there's probably a couple situations where the forward charging handles might actually be better, like lowering around out that's been stuck.
Oh, I agree, yeah. I've got some crazy stories in Afghanistan on guys getting bolt overrides or stuck around in the chamber. We bolt or broken charging handles before, like kickstarting your gun, trying to get the thing cleared.
Yeah, get your boot the charging.
Yeah, this thing, just push the release lever, slam this thing on the ground, and it's going to come clear. So a lot of value there, I think. But really, it's about just ergonomics, using your body core to run the gun. Department of Homeland Security bought into these because, not to say anything bad about female officers, but they struggled with the T-handle. And once they ran this, they loved it. They could get their whole body into this thing.
Yeah.
Their hands, you don't have to have huge hands to run this thing. You don't have to have strong hands to run this. It's just so much easier to use. So that's what they liked about it.
It's just a larger tool for the job.
Right. And we're building sniper systems for SWAT teams. You can keep your eyeball in the glass while manipulating the bolt if you ever had to. So, it's I'm not saying this is way better than any of your standard AR-15s, but it's an option. It's another option. So I know that it's easier to run. I know that it's faster to run. If you're interested in that, check out Bilson Arms.
The upper in this configuration is proprietary, but is there a way to take like a normal AR and convert it to your system?
I mean, if you got a Dremel tool at home and you can do a little augering on the front, basically what makes this system run is we took a charging handle and we spun it around and it comes out the front.
Yeah.
So if you could cut a hole in the front of your receiver, you'd have to have our handguard because there's a channel built into the handguard here for that push rod to operate through.
Right, you're still supporting the gas tube and everything coming back into the receiver.
Correct.
Yeah. Cool. And about how much do they cost and are they available now?
Oh yeah, they're available.
So they're available now?
Yeah, we have dealers from coast to coast. We have distribution at Sport South, so if your dealer doesn't have these, they can get a hold of their Sport South rep and get these in, no problem. Retail, they start at about $17.50 and go up with triggers and gas systems. If you want to get, if you want additional add-ons or accessories, we can help you with that too. But they start at $17.50. Like I said, 100% made in the USA, high quality parts, all billet aluminum.
They've got PCCs as well, right?
Yeah, we got one with a 9mm mag or a Glock mag. It's a 9mm. That comes in a 12-inch barrel or a 16-inch barrel. They're pretty fun, cheap to shoot.
And the AR ones is the length. I guess the handguard is like the limiting factor. You can't
Correct.
Go too short.
The shortest barrel we run is a 12-inch barrel on our SBRs or pistol versions, and then our precision series start with 18-inch barrels. But we can build any barrel you want.
You can do a 20.
I don't care. If you want a 27.5-inch barrel, I can build you a 27.5. I don't care.
Hey man, they make 28-inch barrels for AR. So.
Yeah, give me a call. I can make you a barrel. I don't care. As long as it doesn't get below 12, we're all good.
So what would you say, like, if I'm sitting here, I'm like, why the hell should I buy this thing? Like, what reason would you give me to be like, oh, like, maybe I'll pick one. What is the reason?
I don't know. I mean, I grew up running AR-15s. I was in the military for a long time, ran 110s and everything else, M4s. To me, I just like to be able to have both hands on the weapon system at all times. I think this is just so much easier and faster. Like I keep saying, easier and faster, easier. Why would I want to struggle with a charging handle? I know that sounds silly, struggle, but it's a real thing. I mean, there's new shooters out there that really have a hard time getting on the charging handle.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all seen someone struggle with a mil-spec charging handle at some point.
You know, and if you're running optics, you know, okay, a lot of hog hunters, a lot of coyote hunters. Thermal hunting is a huge craze right now. Everybody's doing it. Why do I want to fight through this thing to get to my charging handle?
Yeah, that's another reason. Like, you know, there's not a lot of room once you put a big optic on there to get into the charging handle.
Right. And the other thing is suppressed, right? So suppressive fire, everybody's shooting suppressed. I won't ever go unsuppressed ever again.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. And I hate getting my eyeballs burned out. I hate eating, you know, heavy metals and toxic gas. This is blocked off on the back, so you're not getting that in your face.
Yeah, and the receiver fitment, I mean, usually you can kind of tilt the receiver, upper receiver,
Yeah,
and get a little bit of light to go through.
You tell me, any light through there?
No, not that you can see. There's a really large can light right behind.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. They're precision manufacturing. I mean, we don't mess around with that. We have really interesting operations in our factory, like our own tooling, our own fixturing. We do the uppers in one operation, which means when the billet goes in, it doesn't come out until it's done. I don't know of a whole lot of people doing that. If you are, awesome. That's the way you should be doing it. That's how you don't lose location in the machine, and everything comes out exactly the same every single time.
Yeah,
so,
consistency.
Right.
Very cool. Well, I don't know, Jeremy, we just talked about the differences between the PCC versions. Obviously, those work on much shorter barrels. The hand size is a little bit smaller.
Right.
But the placement of the lever,
The release lever
is on opposite sides, right?
Yeah, and that's critical. So on our rifle carbine versions, you're getting a 15-inch handguard. And with the 15-inch handguard, you're getting a longer pump handle. Okay? So your hand, I hate calling it a pump handle. Okay, so your hand fits on the forward charging handle. When it's longer, you can use your thumb.
Right.
So this is naturally ambidextrous. I can use my thumb if I'm a right-handed shooter. I can use my finger if I'm a left-handed shooter. Not a big deal.
Because that was going to be my follow-up question. Like, do you have left-handed versions for people who want them, or is this like multi?
Now we go into the SBR pistol version. This is a 12-inch handguard, and so everything gets shorter and smaller, including the forward charging system. Right. This is smaller. So if I were to have a thumb lever like on that rifle version, I'd have to get my hand off of this and come back. We didn't want to do that. So we put it for your finger over here. This one you would order for a left or right-handed shooter.
And you do have left-handed versions available?
Yes. For the pistol SBR version, there is a left or right-handed release lever. On the carbine rifle, it's always on the one side. It doesn't matter. It works fine for anybody, left or right, on the rifle carbine.
Cool.
We thought about it. We're trying to take care of people, you know? I mean, we don't do everything perfect, but we try to get that
It's just
right.
funny because, like, you know, we just came from looking at a weird, like, rear pump action shotgun, which never happens, and now we come over here, and, you know, just like opposite, it's weird that it's happened twice already.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been doing this for, I mean, we've been out for 3 years. We've had our FFL for 6. We built a lot of other manufacturers' parts for them.
Yeah.
We're probably a machine shop / innovator first. I don't know. We have 16, 17 patents on our wall.
Just sat down there in the bayou trying stuff.
Well, we drink a lot of beer and we think about stuff, and we're like, this has got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. You know, so, yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know, it's fun. It's a great job. It's a great job. As long as people keep buying them, it's a great job.
Right, there you go.
But,
very cool. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for showing us the Foward charging system rifles. And guys, stay tuned for more from NRAM 2026 here at TFBTV and TFBTV Showtime.